Every 30 years, something rewires civilization from the ground up. The printing press, electricity, the internet. What is happening right now inside Nvidia's labs makes all of those look like warm-up acts. In the first quarter of 2026, the number of code commits on GitHub nearly tripled in a matter of months. Not over a decade, not over a year, months. Something changed, and most people have no idea what it was. $3 trillion. That is what the world pays its software engineers every single year. Jensen Huang just announced that number is about to become $9 trillion worth of output from the same people. The machine that makes that happen already exists. For 30 years, we have been clicking buttons and typing commands. Every app you have ever used was built on one idea. You tell the machine exactly what to do, step by step. That era is over. The new model is called Agentic AI. You tell it what you want, it figures out everything else. It searches, thinks, plans, and executes on its own, correcting its own mistakes without asking you for help. Think of it this way. The old AI could answer a question brilliantly. The new AI can run a project. There is a difference between a brilliant advisor and someone who actually does the work. To understand how this machine thinks, picture 4 things working together: a brain, a body, a set of tools, and a workshop. Remove any one of them and the whole thing collapses. The brain is a large language model. It reasons, it plans, it decides. Nvidia just released Neutron 3 Ultra, a hybrid model that runs 5 times faster and costs 30% less than anything comparable. The body is called a harness. It manages memory, both the short-term scratchpad and the long-term archives. It orchestrates the whole operation, making sure every part of the agent stays aligned with the goal. The tools are everything the agent can pick up and use: browsers, databases, calculation libraries, code interpreters. Nvidia has thousands of these tools ready. The agent reads the manual and immediately outperforms any human using the same tool. The workshop is the hardware. And this is where Nvidia just built something that has never existed before. A system called Vera Rubin, designed not for human users, but specifically for AI agents that think in nanoseconds. Inside Vera Rubin lives a CPU called Vera, not designed for the second-by-second pace of human thought. Designed for agents that need answers in 1/1000th of a second. It processes 10 instructions per single clock cycle. Nothing like it has existed before. Here is the number that should stop you cold. A single Vera Rubin rack system contains 13,000 individual components. And Nvidia eliminated every single cable connecting them. The entire thing clicks together like a circuit board. Before this design, building one rack took 2 hours of cable routing and manual assembly. With the new PCB midplane design, the same rack is fully operational in 5 minutes. That is a 24 times speed improvement before a single calculation is run. Now picture a 1-gigawatt AI factory. That is the scale being built right now. 1 gigawatt of power dedicated entirely to generating tokens, the atomic unit of AI thought. The price tag is between $80 and $100 billion. Nvidia's own words: "The more you buy, the more you make." This is not a sales pitch. It is mathematics. Every watt of compute that sits idle is money that was never earned. The factory that runs hottest wins. There is an economic law called Jevons paradox. When something becomes dramatically more efficient, its demand does not fall. It explodes. Steam engines made coal cheaper to use, so the world burned more coal than ever. AI is doing the same thing to computing right now. This is why 30 million engineers are not about to lose their jobs. They are about to become 3 times more productive, which means companies will hire more of them, build bigger projects, and create markets that do not yet exist. Beyond the digital world, something even more profound is taking shape. Nvidia calls it physical AI. These are agents that do not just navigate software. They navigate gravity, friction, and the unpredictable chaos of the real world. The problem with teaching a robot to move in the real world is that internet videos are useless for this. Every video on YouTube was shot from a human perspective, not a robot's. The robot needs to see the world through its own eyes. Nvidia built a world model called Cosmos 3 to solve this. It does not just recognize what it sees. It predicts what will happen next if it takes a specific action. It runs physics simulations inside its own mind before moving a single motor. Inside the simulation platform called Isaac Lab, one real demonstration of a robot completing a task can be multiplied into thousands of training variations. The robot learns a lifetime of experience without ever leaving the virtual world. The reference robot for this platform stands 6 feet tall, weighs 150 pounds, and has 25 degrees of freedom in its hands alone. It was built to work alongside humans in every environment designed for the human body. Every machine on Earth is about to become intelligent. Every factory floor, every warehouse, every piece of industrial equipment. The robot is not replacing the factory. The robot is becoming the factory. Back in your home, Nvidia is redefining what a personal computer means. A new device called RTX Spark runs your personal AI agent locally on your desk with no subscriptions, no cloud fees, and no privacy concerns. Your own R2-D2. Taiwan sits at the center of all of this. Its supply chains, its chip manufacturers, its ecosystem of engineers and component makers. Jensen Huang stood in Taipei and made it clear that none of this future gets built without that foundation. We are watching the construction of a new kind of economy, one where the unit of productivity is not the human hour, but the AI token, where the factory does not make products, but makes intelligence itself at the speed of electricity. Every civilization-defining technology was first dismissed as too expensive, too complex, or too soon. Electricity was a luxury for the rich. The internet was a toy for academics. The people who moved first did not just profit. They wrote the rules that everyone else had to follow. The question is not whether this transition happens. The engineering is done. The hardware is in production. The models are available to download right now. The only question is which side of this line you are standing on when the world notices. Somewhere right now, an AI agent is learning to pick up a coffee cup. It has failed 10,000 times in simulation. On the 10,001st try, it succeeds. It does not stop there. It does not sleep. It does not get frustrated. And it will never, ever forget how to do it again.